A very happy hello to Azeez Ojulari here on the program today. Azeez, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are getting ready for the NFL draft, so the fact that you would stop by and say hello to us here for a couple of minutes certainly means a lot to us. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. Thank you for having me.
You know, one of the things I was talking about before you joined us was that time that you spent recovering from injury in 2018, kind of as a lead-in to what you did in 2019 and 2020. What did you learn that season while you had to watch, while you had to see your teammates doing it? What did you learn by watching back then?
Yeah, I was just learning, just learning the game, learning the scheme. At practice, I was able to go against the best of the best, Andrew Thomas, Isaiah Wilson, at practice every day. I was over there servicing them at the scout team unit, so I was just getting better for myself. Just seeing everything, seeing the game speed, watching the guys in front of me like DeAndre Walker, Walter Grant, those guys that were playing, and just seeing the way they played, seeing how things played out. It was just good for me seeing it visually.
And of course,
like right there.
And, of course, last year, you know, obviously you break out in a big way. The Georgia pass rush, I think, probably better than it was in any other year previous to that under Kirby Smart. You know, how good did it feel to kind of lead the way? And, you know, the Peach Bowl game against Cincinnati, for instance, probably don't win that game without your pass rushing efforts, or at least it would have been much more difficult to. How good did you and your teammates feel about the fact that you were able to, you know, really kind of get after the quarterbacks last year and kind of, you know, some of the havoc play stuff we've all talked about before? You guys really put that out there on the field last year. How good did that feel as a player to be a part of that?
Yeah, man, it was definitely big. It was great, actually, because, you know, in that OLB room, D-line room, we all want sacks. We want to just find ways on our defense. We just always want to find ways to create havoc every single time we play, step on the field. So that's something we definitely preached that off season, coming into the season. So it was very big for us to up those numbers for sure, and the way we practice, the way we work at it every day. It just paid off for us all.
We're talking to former outside linebacker from Georgia, Azeez Ojulari. He's going to be a part of a big event at the UGA bookstore around the G-Day weekend. We'll tell you more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes here. You know, Azeez, as you prepare for the NFL draft, I think one of the things that a lot of us are probably curious about, this is such a different kind of draft experience than maybe you would assume you would have been a part of. Thinking back a few years ago, the absence of the combine, obviously the global pandemic kind of affecting a way that scouts are able to see you all and kind of make those evaluations. Has it been more challenging because maybe you feel like you have less opportunities to show yourself? It certainly seems like Pro Day for you in Athens went really well, but how has the pandemic we're still obviously living with impacted your ability to kind of, you know, show what you're all about to some of these NFL draft scouts?
Yeah, I'll say since we didn't have no combine, the Pro Day was very big for all of us athletes for sure to showcase what we could do. The Pro Day was basically like our combine, and everything we're doing is on Zoom. So all the meetings with the teams is on Zoom. We just phone calls and Zoom, FaceTime calls, and everything's on Zoom right now. So because they can't have no face-to-face contact with us. So it's like, it's kind of weird though, because everything's still on Zoom a year later. So it's very different though. It's a different experience for sure than I'm pretty sure last year that the guys that got to go to the combine is very different for sure.
So when you have a pro day and you've got so much at stake, you know, folks are obviously watching you very closely because you're thought to be a first-round pick. Are the butterflies in the stomach, is it similar to a game day, the way you get hyped in a locker room before you go out there to play? What's the kind of mental approach to a pro day, similar or different than a normal game day?
I say it's probably like similar, you know. You just trying to it's football, so, you know, me just trying to still go out there, do what you do. Don't think of too much, just do what you do. You've been playing football your whole life, so, you know, you're confident. Just go out there, do what you do, really. So it was a good time. I was prepared for it with all the hard work I put in. I was just ready for the moment, you know. So it was good.
How weird is it when you are obviously, I don't know how much of the media stuff you pay attention to, but there's all this draft talk on the internet, on TV, about who's supposedly rising up the draft boards, who's kind of, you know, maybe falling down, where you might be picked in these mock drafts. A lot of Georgia fans are watching that stuff very closely. How much do you allow yourself to pay attention to that? And if you want to block it out, how easy is it to do that, just knowing that it's just so present, you know, all over the, you know, the media sphere right now, with folks making their opinions about who's supposed to be drafted where?
Yeah, you see it every day on ESPN when you watch TV. It's always on there. NFL Network is always on there for sure. But we just gonna wait it out and see what actually happens on the 29th. You know, because we don't really know what's officially gonna happen. It could get crazy and hectic on draft night, so you never know. So we're just gonna wait and see. To be honest, for sure.
I want to ask you about your Georgia teammates before I let you go. Let me squeeze in one more thing before we get there on that. It's obviously been quite a journey for you at UGA. So many of us have enjoyed watching the way that you've matured as a person and as a player there as well. How would you describe the role that Georgia has played in all this, whether it be Kirby Smart or Dan Lanning or whomever else? What about your Georgia experience would you kind of take with you as you prepare for the NFL draft, and how do you think Georgia helped you with that along the way?
Yeah, I'll say Georgia's top notch with everything we do, no matter what it is. Kirby Smart, Coach Lanning, with Coach Sinclair in the weight room, everything's top notch. They want the best out of you and everything. So no matter what it is, being on time, not missing a meal, everything's just straight business, straight work. So I'm going to carry that on with me to the next level. So it's going to be with me the way I approach the UGA, same way I'm approach the league. Just keep getting better every single day. Just a hard work mentality. Never give up. Just keep going. Just keep striving for greatness. Get better every single day. And I feel like I'll be successful for sure.
So a lot of folks wonder, big shoes to fill for you there, for those who have to step in for you there at Georgia. When you think about those other outside linebackers, whether it be Adam Anderson or Nolan Smith or, Robert Beal, how do you feel about those guys? What's your expectation for that group without you here this upcoming season?
Yeah, I expect them to dominate, definitely for sure. Next season coming on, I expect them to dominate. The standard is there for them to set and go after it, and all the boys could play. So Rob, definitely, I expect Rob to get out there, make big plays. Nolan Smith for sure, and I know Adam is on a different level. I believe Adam throw up some crazy numbers up there. I believe Adam can get in the double digits of sacks, and Nolan too. So it should be a great time watching those boys. I can't wait to watch them play for sure. Definitely.
Boy, that's really exciting. Before we say goodbye to you, let me remind folks, coming up G-Day weekend on Friday and Saturday, our friends at the UGA Bookstore have a big autograph signing. Obviously, Azeez Ojulari is going to be a big part of that. You see it there coming up on the Friday night. Ben Cleveland, Mark Webb, Tyson Campbell, $20 for those autographs. They're going to be there from 4 to 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, April 17th, that's G-Day day, from 10 to 12 a.m. there that morning. DeAndre Swift and Azeez Ojulari are going to be on hand. Of course, Richard LeCount coming up later on that afternoon there as well. Azeez, how much fun is it for you to kind of be back with Georgia fans again, getting a chance to say hello to them there at the UGA Bookstore, sign some autographs for them, something that maybe as a player you didn't get to do as much as you wanted to. Now as a future NFL star, you get a chance to do. How much are you looking forward to being a part of that with Georgia fans coming up on April the 17th?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I love the Georgia fans. I love the energy, the passion they bring every single weekend. I just love them. So it'll be great to get back out there, feel the atmosphere, the fans, and it's just a great day in Athens, a Saturday in Athens,
Yeah, it doesn't beat that. Saturday in Athens is as good as it gets. Well, Azeez, we've certainly loved watching you play at Georgia over the years, and so many UGA fans tuned in today. Can't wait to see where you land in the NFL draft and what happens after that. So congratulations on a great football career to this point in time. Good luck as you head towards the draft, and continued success, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.